One more movie for tonight. I watched tonight's Trailblazing Women 8 p.m. film on TCM. Tonight we're celebrating female editors. The first film was the Pre-Code musical comedy from that well-known comedy director, Cecil B. DeMille. Not a well-known comedy director, Madam Satan. Sometimes spelled with an E, sometimes not spelled with an E. I'm going to go with the not E version. I don't know. This film is crazy. It was edited by Anne Bouchins, who also Bouchins, I think it's Botchins, Anne Botchins, who edited 41 feature films. Or is it 41 with, where is it? Yes, 41 feature films directed by Cecil B. DeMille and 20 films from other directors. That's a lot of films. Her first film was in 1918. She did Carmen, and she continued to edit all his films up through things like The Ten Commandments. She was nominated for several Academy Awards and was the first woman to win. She won for Northwest Mounted Police. This film was also shot by Harold Rawson, who shot many Academy Award nominated films, including The Wizard of Oz, Boomtown, and The Asphalt Jungle, and The Bad Seed. So you can see his career went all over the place. He's also well known for being married at one point to Jean Harlow. The film stars Kate Johnson. Kate Johnson was at one point married to John Cromwell and is the mother of James Cromwell. Yes, that James Cromwell of Babe. This film stars Kate Johnson, Reginald Denny, Lillian Roth, and Roland Young. Essentially, Kate Johnson and Reginald Denny are married. They are a rich couple. They are fighting all the time, mostly because Kay's character, Angela, is frigid. They don't quite say frigid, but basically they're implying she's frigid since they got married. And he's stepping out with Trixie, played by Lillian Roth. Trixie's also sort of having some stuff to do with Jimmy, played by Roland Young, who is Bob's best friend. Kay Johnson is going to leave her husband, but her husband is like, nah, I'm going to leave you first. And she's just like, mm. And then her maid sings a very Jeanette MacDonald type warbly song in which she basically says, fight for what you want. And so even though this guy doesn't seem like much of a catch, his wife decides she's going to fight for him. So first she goes to Trixie's apartment, at which point they get into sort of a bedroom farce type shenanigans in which is Trixie actually married to Jimmy, because that's what they were trying to say. But she kind of knows better. She's not an idiot. And she knows this is her. This is the man. This is the woman that her husband's cheating on her with. But she kind of goes with it because she comes up with a better plan, and that is to show up at this crazy ball held on a Zeppelin because it's 1930, and why not have a giant crazy ball on a Zeppelin where everyone's in costumes representing, and all the women are supposed to represent various things, and none of the things that they represent make any sense, but the costumes are really racy. And Angela shows up as Madame Satan and puts on a French accent and seduces her husband. All of this happens. No, so she seduces him, but he doesn't know. She knows that it's her husband, but her husband doesn't know it's him. So she's basically causing him to cheat on her with herself, which is very much in line with like French sex comedies. But also, I'm just like, I don't know that I would want to stay with somebody who would cheat on me, even if it was cheating on me with myself, if they didn't realize it was me. But also with someone who wouldn't realize that it's me. Like, none of it makes any sense to me. But none of that matters because then it turns into a disaster movie and the Zeppelin goes down and everyone has to get parachutes and shenanigans ensue, and Trixie, of course, lands in a Turkish bath full of men, and she's going to be just fine. Trixie's the best character in this movie. She knows what she wants. She's doing what she needs to get what she wants. And she basically just uses all the men. And I think that is admirable because otherwise they're going to, you're going to run over backwards to try to keep an idiot like Bob who doesn't deserve anything that he gets. So there you go. This is Madame Satan. There's crazy costumes. I think the costume designer was Adrian. insane set direction. It was co-directed by and co-set designed by Mitchell Leisen. Mitchell Leisen was an out gay director. He did several films, including one of my favorites, Suddenly It's Spring, as well as Arise My Love. He was a great director. He did comedies and dramas, but most of his films are very romantic. This movie is all over the place, and I recommend reading Precode.com's review of it. Danny writes really funny reviews, and he really hits all of the reasons why this movie is preposterous, but also why, if you love Precode films, this is a very, very Precode film. Lots of shenanigans ensue in this film. It's a little creaky. A lot of these 1930 films can be a little creaky, both in terms of the pace of the editing and as with the acting, and that doesn't help that DeMille is not really a comedy director, so he's making an epic out of what should have been, like, in 1930, a 71-minute comedy. Like, this could have gotten chopped down to 71, 80 really fast-paced comical moments, and instead it's a long 116 minutes with moments of brilliance and moments of just groaning creakiness. But I recommend it mostly because it's one of those what the fuck did I just watch kind of movies, and if you enjoy those, this is definitely on the list of what is this thing kind of movies. So this was Cecil B. DeMille's Madame Satan from 1930. You can watch it on TCM, on Watch TCM, or you can get it on DVD from Warner Archive. I don't know if you'll like it. I liked bits of it. I'm Team Trixie. Yes, Team Trixie.